Hello there, my babies. Welcome to today's diary entry. I'm Valerie Alicia. Today I wanted to bring you a recap of what happened during my second trimester. I can't believe I'm saying that, second trimester. We are on the third trimester, last stretch, and I still can't believe that. Insane. We only have 7 weeks to go. What? I feel like I just found out I'm pregnant. Like, this is insane. So anyway, hang tight and let's go ahead and get started. First off, if it looks like I have like grays or like some white cast or something around my hair, it's because I put some dry shampoo and I like to leave it and then I go in and like fluff it up. Anywho, I wanted to do a get ready with me talking all about, you know, my first trimester, and I got this benefit and what is this, ASMR? Benefit and Ipsy and Benefit sent me this box of goodies, and I asked you guys on Instagram if you wanted me to do a get ready with me with all these amazing gifts that they sent me, or makeup. So I am here for it. You guys said yes, absolutely do it, and I am here ready to go. And this hair is like not working with me or cooperating. So we're just gonna ignore that. So I'm gonna start with my Hangover RX Too Faced primer. So let's talk about my second trimester. I'm sorry, I can't believe I'm in third trimester already. Seriously, you guys, we have 7 weeks to go and I still can't believe it. I'm gonna go in with the Professional. You guys, I haven't used this in so long. It's crazy to me. I can't believe I forgot about this product, but I really genuinely liked it. So anyway, let's talk about the first time I ever felt her move. So at this point, I didn't even know that we were gonna have a girl. I honestly just take a little bit, like that much. I remember I was talking to one of my coworkers and she was like, have you felt your baby move yet? And I was like, no, I haven't felt anything, to be honest. And this was when I was, I think I was like 17 weeks along when she asked me that, and I was like, no, I haven't felt anything. By the way, I only focus this on my T-zone, so my nose right here, my chin a little bit, and then sometimes I take it up to my center right here, but I'm not gonna do that today simply because I noticed that it creases in that area when I do. So, anywho, we're gonna leave it at that. So, here comes like 17 weeks and I'm laying down in bed, and I remember I kept feeling something that felt like gas, but I'm like, is it though? I feel like it's not. I mean, I don't know. And my mom, I distinctly remember my mom was like, well, did it feel like you have to fart? I was like, no, I don't think so. She's like, then that was your baby. And I was like, I don't know. I just wasn't convinced. So one morning, I started feeling something weird. I'm going in with my Tarte Shape Tape. I started feeling something weird around my my stomach. I was just laying down in bed, but I was laying on my back. So then I put my hand on my stomach, and that's when the first time I felt a little something. It kind of felt like bubbles. It was so crazy to me because I had no idea that that's what it felt like. And I was still in kind of disbelief. Now, the first time I felt her truly move like, holy crap, you're on my bladder, I think I was like 24, 25 weeks. And that was insane. I had no idea it would be like that. So at first I go in with my Tarte Shape Tape, and then I like to go in with the Born This Way concealer. And you guys will see, I just put it down here. Just like that. I just have really, like, pigmentation under my eyes is really strong. So I really like to focus on that concealer area. Okay, so I'm going in with my Beauty Blender. It looks dirty, but I promise you it's not. I think it's stained from I don't know what. So anyway, I like to start up here and blend in my concealer at the top. And then drag whatever I have on my sponge up to my eyelid so that we can cover up those veins. Okay, so anywho, so that was interesting, you guys. Like, it's such an inexplicable feeling. I don't even know how to describe what that felt like. It was so unexpected. And then the first time she kicked my bladder, I gotta tell you, oh my gosh. I remember I was at work and I was getting ready to do a procedure with a patient. And I remember I was gowned up, ready to go. When I mean gowned up, I mean I'm sterile. I can't do anything. I have to move on and, you know, do what I gotta do. And because she moved and she basically was stepping on my bladder, I felt like I needed to go like instantly or else I was going to pee my pants. So I tell my coworker, I'm just like, I have to go. I have to go to the bathroom. He's like, okay, go ahead. So as I'm getting ready to get out of my gown, because you guys, I'm seriously that desperate. I think I really am going to pee my pants. As soon as I start trying to get out of my, like where I'm at to try to get out, she moved, thankfully. And I was like, okay, we're good. So then I was able to carry on with what I was doing. But that was one of the first things I'll never forget. It totally freaked me out. I was like, what the heck? I was fine because that's one thing that I definitely decided to do nowadays is I have to go to the bathroom before I do anything else. Also, whatever I have left on my sponge, I like to drag it around this area right here, simply because I feel like I have some dyspigmentation around that area. So I like to drag whatever I have left. Next, I'm going in with my Bare Minerals Complexion Rescue. And I take about that much, and then I mix it with my Cover FX Natural Finish Oil-Free Foundation. Because this one's a little darker, so it kind of gives me like the perfect coverage / amount of foundation that I need. So if you saw my video on when I was 23 weeks, I did like a day in my life video talking about my prenatal vitamins and how I was on my way to like change them and find something else to use because the ones I was using were giving me heartburn. So I'm going in with my Love is the Foundation brush. This is by IT Cosmetics. They need to bring this exact same one back. I swear they have not made it the same since. Maybe the year after they still did, but apparently I hear the last one was not so good. So anyway, so back to what I was saying about the prenatals. So I was taking New Chapters prenatal vitamins, and I really liked those prenatals. I truly did. What I didn't like about them is the fact that I had to take them 3 times a day. And I didn't have a problem with that. I honestly was not forgetting to take them. I really like that. I like the fact that I gave my body some time to process prior to taking, you know, more or something like that. I don't know. I liked the idea of taking it 3 times a day. That was not an issue at all for me, I thought. So I keep getting really bad heartburn. And it's to the point where I feel like I'm breathing fire. Oh, so bad. So I happened to mention this to my doctor at the time. We'll get to that in a second. So I happened to mention this to my doctor at the time, and I was like, I just keep getting really bad heartburn. And he's like, so what prenatals are you taking? And I explained that I'm taking these and that they are, you know, 3 times a day. And he was like, so why are you taking vitamins 3 times a day? That's probably what's causing your GERD. And I was like, oh, I genuinely didn't even think about that. Because, you know, here I am thinking, why would they cause me heartburn? So I decided to, why not the heck, you know, let's switch him up and see if he's right. And that's when I went on a hunt because I really wanted to stay with natural vitamins. I did not want to use anything that was not natural. Or as natural as it can get. Come on. We all know that some companies say something. That's just like a whole nother avenue. Let's not get into that. So, anywho, I decided to go to Sprouts and all that stuff. And I share that with you guys. so far, these new vitamins I am in love with. I'm baking with my Hourglass setting powder. I'll show you guys here in just a second. And I like to take it close to my nose too, right here, right here. I will use the Goof Proof Brow Pencil. I've been wanting to try this one out just because, you know, I've never tried any other pencil other than the Anastasia one and the It Cosmetics one. And this one does have, yeah, the little spoolie on one side. And this guy is shaped a little different. So just thought, why not? Let's give it a whirl. But first of all, I'm going to go in with my Anastasia, what is this one called? This is the, I don't know, the gel, like a tinted gel in dark brown. So the way I've been doing my brows lately is I go in with this guy and kind of use it as my guide. And then I just follow along with the pencil. And you guys will see that in just a second. Okay, so I don't know how I feel about this pencil, but I'm gonna go ahead and do my other eye off camera and then I'll be back. I gotta say, this one was a little easier to do than this one. I don't know why. Maybe I'll need to play with it. Brow pencil's not so bad, not so bad. I like it. So now I'm gonna move on to my bronzing and let's talk about changing doctors because you heard that right. I had to switch doctors because I was not working out. So I'm going to go in with Hoola bronzer. Is it? It does still smell the same. Oh my gosh, I haven't used this product in years. This is insane. I'm going in with my MAC 135 brush. So I had this doctor and, you know, on the internet, he had great reviews and all the jazz. And I was like, all right, well then, you know, oh, you know what I didn't do? I didn't set my foundation before this. Let me set my foundation first. So I brought you guys a little closer to my face. Welcome to my pores. I'm gonna go in with my Makeup Forever. I barely have anything left to set this foundation. Forgot what I was talking about. Why I switched doctors. Oh, okay, yeah. So this doctor came with, you know, what I thought was good recommendations from the internet. So I went to that office and you guys, I'm not kidding, from the very first appointment, I just got vibes. I didn't even meet the doctor till I was 20 weeks pregnant and it was just, and then the, what's her face? The sonogram, whatever, the ultrasound lady, she was so rude. Oh my gosh, my lips are chapped. She was so rude and yeah, I just had a terrible feeling and I thought I was alone. So I kept asking Gus, I'm like, is it just me? Or like, am I reading into things or am I like, do I have a right gut feeling? Because, you know, I'm pregnant. It could be my hormones. It's what I kept thinking. And he was like, no. That lady was rude. And it all started from like the beginning. So like, you know, first impressions is like you're a receptionist and all that stuff. And it was just bad. Let's just leave it at that. I don't want to get into details because it really makes me upset. So I was talking to one of my co-workers about this. I was like, you know, I'm kind of frustrated with this. I really was hoping to have like a good experience with an awesome doctor, blah, blah, blah. And she recommends me this other doctor that she didn't have. However, she gave birth with him because her doctor was not around. And she told me he wasn't my doctor, but he was really, really nice and friendly. And a bunch of, you know, nurses that I know of have had their kiddos with him. So I was like, okay, that makes me feel a lot better. So I was like, let me try it. You know, at this point, how far along was I? I think I was, by the time I made my appointment and I saw him for the first time, I was like 22 weeks pregnant, 22, 23. So here I am taking a chance. I went by myself. I didn't wait for Gus because, like I said, I made the appointment last minute. So I was, oh my gosh, you guys, you have no idea. So I was like praying, please let this work. I really, really don't want to go hunting for any more doctors. I really hope that this is it. And I go in to see him. I'm going to go ahead and brush off all this baking goodness we've got going on. And I go in to see him, and my expectations are low at this point simply because of, you know, that one doctor that ruined the, you know, experience for us. This is our first kid, so we really have probably a lot of questions, and we're curious about a lot of things. Who wouldn't be? It's your first kid. So anyway, I go in and I see him, and night and day, you guys. He took the time to stay with me, tell me, do you have any questions? What can I answer for you? This and this is what's going to happen next. We're going to do this. We're going to do that. And I was like, what? And he even said, he goes, by the way, did you know that you need to have a pediatrician in mind by the time your kid comes? Because you have to have someone that we can send the file to from when the baby's born. And here I am like, no, nobody said anything. Nobody told us anything. And so, yeah, night and day, you guys. And then he says, here's a pamphlet all about your first trimester. I know you're in your second trimester right now, but it doesn't matter. And then here is all the information about your second trimester. And then once you hit third, I'll give you a pamphlet on that too. And I seriously, you guys, I wanted to like just start bawling. I was like, what is this? I felt like I was gypped from like the get-go going to this other doctor. And the thing is, you guys, don't get married to doctors, because at the end of the day, it's still a business. Would you give your money to a company that treated you like how you felt was like crap? No, you wouldn't. So the same thing with doctors. Just because they have that title does not mean that you have to marry them and stay with them. So here I am, so happy. I remember I called my mom and I said, Mom, night and day, this guy is amazing. He answered all my questions. He was totally, you know, gave me his undivided attention. Any questions I had, he was totally all about it. And she's like, I'm so glad to hear that, you know, because of my horrible experience and whatnot. Oh man, I had the Gimme Brow. I should have used this instead of the Anastasia one. Well, of course now I know. Boo, I thought I didn't have it. Doggone it. So, anywho, I'm gonna go ahead and curl my lashes. Just dropping things everywhere. So, because I switched doctors in the middle of my pregnancy, my doctor wanted another ultrasound. So because I switched doctors, I was actually done with ultrasounds because my pregnancy, they didn't consider it to be high risk. And when they don't consider it high risk, you only get, I believe it's like 2 ultrasounds apart from the very first one that you get, which is to confirm the pregnancy. So here I am, kind of bummed out that we're not going to see our baby anymore. And he says, we're going to do another ultrasound. And I got so excited. So I told Gus, I said, we're going to go see our baby one more time. And we were both so psyched. So we had that extra experience because of that. And then when I went to go do my glucose test, Gus was able to come with me. I'm going to go in with the Roller Lash mascara, which I haven't used in years. Oh my gosh. And so anywho, we are in the room and the doctor walks in, and long story short, I asked Gus, I was like, what do you think of the doctor now? Like, do you like him? Did you get a vibe? How do you feel? Because I didn't want him to be persuaded by how I felt. I wanted to genuinely get his opinion on the doctor, and he was like, he's awesome. So it made me feel so much better. I was so excited to hear that, guys. You have no idea how frustrating that was for us, especially for me, because I feel so vulnerable. You know, it's my very first time being pregnant. I don't know how things go, and for that to be our experience very firsthand, it was just awful. But I'm so glad that we were able to find someone that makes us feel comfortable. If we have any questions, we don't feel basically out of line for asking, or there's no such thing as a stupid question. So yeah, we were very, very, very excited to find a good doctor. And the fact that I've seen him on every single visit that I've had with this doctor is insane, because I only got to see the other doctor one time. And apart from that, I saw 2 different PAs. I'm like, what the heck is this? My doctor doesn't even know me. So what's the point? You know what I mean? So I was very discouraged with that one, but I'm so glad that's in the past, and we now found a doctor that we like. We finally, another thing he gave me was a thing to register for the hospital that I'm gonna have my baby at. And it's so funny because at this point with the other doctor, I was gonna give birth at the place that I work at. And I was not okay with that, you guys. I was not okay with that. Oh my gosh, I did not want to have my kid where I work. Has nothing to do with the hospital. It just has to do with the fact that I work with these people. Do I really want to give birth there? No, I don't. I'm gonna feel uncomfortable, and then people are gonna have to, are gonna feel like they have to come visit me once I have my kid, and I don't want that. So I was starting to deal with the fact that I may have to give birth at the place that I work, and I'm like, well, if I must, I must, and it is what it is. Until this new doctor, and we finally get to have our kid exactly where we want, which is actually where I wanted. Gus was okay with wherever I chose, so I'm so excited for that. At least we get that. Okay, so I'm gonna go in with Cookie. I've never used this highlighter before, but I've heard great things about it. To be honest, it looks very pinkish. So I'm not sure how this will look with my skin tone. Let me see. Here's a little swatcheroo for you. Oh, actually, it doesn't look bad. I guess, yeah, that doesn't look too bad. But I feel like doing like more bronzing because I don't want to put on blush today. So I think I'm going to do just that. So anywho, I'm going to go ahead and curl my lashes. I like to curl my lashes twice. So I'm going to start with this one. And then the second time I do it, I just go in like this, release, and let go. I am going to use the Cookie highlighter and go in with my Sigma E40 brush. I think I've told you guys before in another video. This has been my new way of highlighting. It's been with this eye brush, and I absolutely love it. So here I'm going to show you guys. Here we go. Ooh, that looks really pretty. Wow. Can you guys see that? It looks really pretty. Oh my. I was not expecting that. Very cool. And that was only one time. Usually it takes me twice to get to this point. Very cool. All right, let's do the other side. Should I go in one more time? I feel like it's so strong on one side rather than the other. Hang on. Maybe I need to put more on this side. And some in the center of my nose. So let's talk about symptoms, because honestly, you guys, my first trimester symptoms that I was having that were bad was the nausea and what was it? It was nausea, and I had some minor headaches. And seriously, those went away almost the day I turned 13 weeks. Oh my gosh, wow. Yeah, as soon as I turned 13 weeks, holy crap. Completely different. So I'm going to go in with Giorgio Armani 100 shade, this lipstick, just to moisturize my lips a little bit because they're really dry. And, of course, I don't have any chapstick with me at this time. But yeah, seriously, like to the day of, I stopped. And the gagging too, when I was brushing my teeth, that was another thing. I was like, what is going on with that? I had never gagged so ridiculously when I was brushing my teeth like when I did while I was on my first trimester. So that was really weird. So I'm going in with my Milani lipstick in Plum Rose number 17 on top of this one. So yeah, I was really happy with the fact that those symptoms went away. Because guys, oh gosh, it was terrible. It wasn't that bad, to be honest. Okay, I had to take you guys away from my face. So that we can try to see what we're going to do with this hair. To be honest, you guys, though, let's go back to the whole second trimester thing. It wasn't that bad, but the nausea was kind of, I don't know. I'm so glad that I never threw up, knock on wood, because it could still happen. I'm still pregnant, so I keep forgetting that. I'm like, no, that has not happened. And I'm like, wait, it could still happen. When people tell me, oh, have your legs, you know, have they swelled yet? And I was like, no, they haven't. And I'm like, oh my, that could still happen, you know? Anything can happen still. So I think this is as good as it's gonna get. And I think that you guys want a bump date, don't you? I figured. Let me show that to you. This is where we're at, you guys. Here's my bump. Here's that belly right there. This is how we're looking. And the belly button have been asked about. That's been like that since I was 16 weeks. It started popping out at like the end of the day, but now it's just staying like that. So there's my bump. There's my bump. Thank you so much for watching. I hope you guys enjoyed this little random chit chat, get ready with me, talking all about my second trimester. I still feel like I missed some points, but I feel like I want to do like a weekly update now from now on, since we're on like the last few weeks. I can't believe I'm just saying that. This is insane. We're almost there, you guys. This is crazy. So I think I want to give you guys a video a week. And yeah, so that is all. Thank you so much for watching. And I will catch you on my next diary entry. Un besote. Mwah. Bye. She's a Mona Lisa. Everyone's lining up to see her. There must be something about her features. You'll find her beauty goes much deeper once you get to meet her.